bumps into a wall 4 or 5 times. Like, this is great to see. I love seeing Mars in my games, and to see someone play it incredibly well like Johnny did, super hype. Super hype, mate. That's super cool. All things porting in.
Oh my.
They don't have vision of the axe yet, but if he's not careful,
Ruby has
they're
blink
about
off this.
to. Reverie looking. The Sand King's. What's Windy up to here?
Yeah.
Stacking like a good support? No? Yes? Yep, she decides to.
Yeah, there's not really a lot she can do.
Spirit
for
Breaker
top.
is pinged out the top to 20%. And then even if you don't take that absolutely nuts facet, which I think you'd be crazy not to, his other facet, the illusion facet, is also
excels when he can get that one spell off that hero and then make it do a one shot on another hero.
And tell me, what do you think about the way that the facets, obviously from Reverie, but Reverie has not switched to strength. She's taking so much damage, and then as a big spooky bear, the stun comes out, and they are gonna let him live for now. Swap?
It's a clown
no?
fest.
Swap's
No
on
swap,
cooldown.
5-second cooldown. I haven't seen a Shadow Demon very much. I do think it's one of the... I think it's like a timeless hero, if I had to...
It's just so
put
good.
it down.
It just does so much. It does so much. But you need to pick an MVP for me.
Ooh, okay, it's tough. There's a lot of good competitors, but I gotta give it to Gubala. So, if you look at, like, the landing stage, yes, he's top 3.
Snapfire's here. Does the Snapfire have ult? He does. Ooh, big whirlwind, but that EMP is going to do a whole lot to these Universal heroes. They're just completely out of mana. Dive from the Spirit Breaker. Can they kill that Snapfire the moment you get back?
Because it just makes some spells absolutely busted. Like, imagine having a toss that does its damage and, like, a 700 AoE, and then Rubik just has that. For some reason.
I had a player in my stack today telling me about a Rubik that had, I think he said rot.
Okay, so I would expect a couple deaths up top, either way.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, right? Is these Universal heroes just do so much damage, and Windy obviously had some. You'd pop the Lincolns, but that bear is still running at you, and out comes Tombstone, which is going to give him the vision he needs. Abyssal Blade keeps you in place for just a second, and Huncho. Ooh, you need to be careful, mate. He's invisible.
Players are so famous for so many different heroes. It can really go like any way, but Gachi plays really well with an IO combo. The Mars is exceptional into the Snapfire, plus it's like bread and butter for Johnny.
He's gonna step away.
He's just charged back.
Hold up. Shadow Demon ult out. Shivas goes off. Huncho trying to get his ult off, but the Zeus keeps interrupting it, and just like that, Raccoon is just leaving. Johnny swaps back Gubal.
With the global cow is insane. And now he's starting to charge through waves. He has the 25% greater bash damage on level 25. He has all his items. This guy...
If he gets the space he's been having.
If he can make a play off a Naked Radiance, yeah, but you still gotta respect the fact that he only has 1,000 health.
Oh, power shot just misses. Oh, Soppy is out. Wenxing running, but the vessel is on top of him. Cold snap, but Mars is coming, and guys, you need to be careful because a big Mars ult can appear at any second. There it is. Good God.
A good matchup and a good start to his game.
This Neko, though, I'm looking at these last hits. I mean, he was going to have a good lane regardless, but he is accelerating at this point.
Yeah. Have they revealed the blink on Mars yet? I don't think so. I think he got it after that engagement. Oh, yeah, he shows in lane now. Never mind. Yeah, I think Radiant are just going to drop this tier 1, play the rest of the map. But yeah, you can just see how much like this Tiny does, right? This guy got absolutely jibbed in lane, and he does one toss combo, and that's 2/3 of an Invoker's health pool, and that's an 1800 health Invoker.
In the way of bans, picks, is there like some specific heroes you think are going to come out during the pick phase that we might expect to see across both games? Alright, talk to me. There's the stun from Spirit Breaker, who decides to use his ult to push him further out of position. The whole team is there and trying to kill Gachi, but he does have the support of the IO, and the IO will give him some pretty big sustain if he sticks close to him.
He's not dying just yet. Illusion Hero's insane.
I I love a good Dota name, a good like playful
Yep.
Dota name, like Noseholder. Last night I had the pleasure of being able to shoutcast Tasmate Ember leads into
That, that
Ruby.
Ember is for Winching. I 100% guarantee you they did not want Winching to be playing Ember because I have not seen him play anything else in the last 3 months.
Okay, a little bit better. But we're starting to see some big items come out on the Radiant supports as well. Raccoon is getting real close to his Shadowblade. He's about 200 gold on 3 heroes. Is it Slaughter Gang that you're more familiar with, or do you know both the stacks quite well?
I know both stacks quite well, and the next game is just going up, I think.
Already,
I don't know.
jeez. Kabbalah having a
we got
better
match
game
on
this
our
time.
hands. So even though Hancho George is 3-1, his team is suffering into the mid game.
Okay, we see a smoke now. You've got Bear Blink, the Zeus as well. They need to be very careful about how they defend this high ground.
The only way I can see them actually defending is if this Tiny is somehow able to...
God, they have so much HP. Is Spirit Breaker still the highest HP level 1 hero in the game? I think he is. It shocks me how much HP this guy has early on. It's just nuts. It's bonkers.
Necrophos can be a mid, Necrophos can be a 1. I know Garchi's played it in the past, so it's incredibly flexible on the AU Rejects draft, and I honestly couldn't tell you how it's going to shake out. What I reckon they will do...
And of course, Axe Dagon, right? Axe Dagon deals with those major illusions.
Yeah, Dagon one-shots all illusions, no matter what, and...
Goes that Undying. Gachi is here to play though, and it looks like the Die team needs to run away because Gachi is hungry. He is a big, fat, juicy bear, and he finds Johnny just like that. The Zeus is enough to wrap that kill for him. See draft from Radiant. To me, I'm seeing Radiant here with a really oddball draft that they're not going to draft these heroes unless they think they work together, and they might be cooking some.
One of the oldest players.
Did you after last night, because I did shout it out on stream, have you signed my petition to have Hoodwink removed from the game? And everyone out there in Twitch chat, I do have the petition up, so please go and get that hero.
Really high on health, so your innate ability, the Maul, does 1.5% of your current health, not your max health. So it's very important to stay high, because like at the moment he's getting 4. Continue to play. If the Sand King ever gets to Ags, he has Shivas already. Yeah, they're going to have so much trouble playing into it. They only have 1 BKB across their entire team. Obviously, Zeus is never going to buy it, but they need more players to be able to go. It's a bit of a wash. I don't think he needed the IO to do this, to be honest. I think this lane was always going to go this way once you saw the Spirit Breaker pick. But game squad built up from the lanes.
You know, I'm not surprised that Die was caught off guard by that play because it shocked me so hard I couldn't get my words out to just see Rube doesn't get the chance to snatch that one back. Maybe a little bit of a misplay there, being a little bit too far forward, not respecting the relay.
The arena was beautiful, but they tornadoed whilst Bing chilling and zapping shit for free. I'm curious as to how Honcho's going to answer this one, though. That's going to be the more interesting question.
And
get a bit sleepy because they kind of like imploded off the lanes, but game 2, oh my.
Spicy, absolutely spicy. Well, I'll tell you what, if I do end up casting to secure that kill.
Harold's getting rich here. You saw the impact this guy had last game with no gold.
Oh, meanwhile, Reveries down again.
The blink reveal. Oh my god, I've missed it twice.
I'm surprised with how short it was before that Roche went top that they didn't leave it to secure the Ags. They decide that the refresher is more impactful.
Yeah, I mean...
Even it's in, so... Oh, this annoying Spirit Breaker, just zoning him away from any chance of a rune. But Io's come in, there's another power shot. Tiny, and the Tiny now has the Rubik rotating in on top of him. The Cold Snap comes out, and so does that huge blast from the Rubik. They're going to try and run him down. Lift goes up, throws him back into the Tornado. He comes out with not very much HP, and I think that's just a dead Tiny on my screen.
That's it. My god, that does so much damage as well.
So was he just...
He only did 700... He was half health, I think. And he got cleaned.
Nice. God, Tiny does so much damage.
Morphling took Ebb, which means his primary stat is agility.
Nice. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, what's this?
The smoke got broken. Yeah, Tiny broke the smoke.
Oh yeah, that'll help him.
Nice little kill from Raccoon. Catches the Tiny with his pants down, and he's too low HP. It's enough to burst him. They're gonna try and chase him, but he has so much status resistance that even if they do get the stun off here, he's just
actual defensive item now, so it's gonna get a lot harder to kill him after that. You know.
Now,
He's
what I
still
will
using
say
the travels arm efficiently.
is Dyer had some really, really good vision in this early game. I'm not sure if you saw it, but it was scouting unbelievably bonkers. So this hero, Jinkyu started playing it again maybe a year ago. That's when I started paying attention to this hero again because I love it. And then since then, it has just had so much... Hold on. Is there a play? The supports are up in 3 or 4 seconds. But Gachi is huge. Has a Lincoln's, has his BKB, and has his Basher. Do they have anything to deal
up just because he can last pick it and kill you at level 6.
Yeah,
because it's a 100-0 combo. He will do it to you. Kind of like the RFA Rubik. It sounds terrible, but he'll play it in any position and he'll just black hole you. And
coming with him, and I think they're about to try and shut this axe down as fast as they can. He gets the Torn off, but he's already switched to strength, so he's okay. Gubala trying to hide in the trees, but Huncho George is here with the stun, and that axe is dead. Okay. Nice for they play safely. It's going to be hard to kill that Necro. Mars has so much HP, so positionally, as long as they play well, can't see a lot going on down here.
But I wouldn't expect much to happen.
This mid lane...
Battlefield as well, yeah. Notice how the Tiny's opted to start with the Null Talisman as well really early, just because he needs the mana income. He just doesn't... He's not going to get these runes. Like, the Breaker will just take both water runes.
Rubik. I cannot count the amount of times I keep seeing this hero getting picked. I think this hero sucks. Like, I think it's something that I can't see. But they seem confident with the way that they lock their heroes. They took the Tiny and they immediately snapped up Snap and IO. So this is an opener for them. Now he gets tossed up in front of the tower and there's a whole lot of damage coming out, but he's fast enough to click onto the creep to stop the tower aggro. Big screen comes out and the potion saves him. Well played.
Wowie.
Big old juicy of Radiant is here now, and all of a sudden this fight that looked almost kind of good suddenly looks really, really bad as Gachi just turns on them and absolutely eliminates them. The Shadow Demon goes down, the Vengey goes down, and now the Vengey Spirit might go down. Morphling or Dota, and in my opinion, possibly the best hero in all of Dota. This hero does so much. Okay, first of all, the illusion damage buffed. Phenomenal. We already knew but it looks like the shield respawn's top.
He's not scared at all, though. You see that? Like, there's like 2 heroes posturing on him and he just doesn't care. He has 1700 health. Doing this kind of shenanigans, they would be losing these fights, and you can see...
Look out! The bear just jumps on the backline and deals with that Shadow Demon. Meanwhile, no! Reverie caught with his pants. So much damage. It's unbelievable. Crash landing.
I'll go back and check. He was on exactly half health, getting stalked by Tiny, and then just gets murdered.
Rubik, this damage coming out of Rubik pre 4 minutes is absolutely insane. Good god.
Yeah,
it's 1,000 damage. 1,000 damage.
And max limits. He did his own reflexes and is now unable to get the strength wolf off from the axe, and that's why he's been dying this. Like
me too. That's why I always get dunked as Morphling as well.
Exactly, yeah. A little bit TPK advantage, and whenever Radiant are winning, they're only getting 1 or 2k, and they're not getting any objectives out of it. They're not getting much map.
There's also a 7k XP swing. Pros have begged this hero to be removed from the game because it is just so strong. And often in these comp scenes you don't see as much attention on it, but it gets a lot of attention in the pro scene. So they lock the IO. They're going to get stunned in your sandstorm, you know? Is it going to outrank? Hang on, hold on, they've got Johnny again, and he's been Spirit Breaker dolled back onto the high ground. He gets the swap to try and get away. Hunter's here with the Shivan. They're like hiding in the trees from an axe that is everywhere. This cow non-stop charging. Poor Johnny again and again. Johnny finishes that game with 19 deaths. Let's have a look how many times the Spirit Breaker was involved in smoked. Thinking about trying for the high ground now that they've got the Aegis.
No
Tombstone for some vision. They do have the Refresher Shard. BKB popped early on Gachi here, and he's just punching their towers. Now the supports are here to back him up. Is there anything here that they can find some traction on? The ult goes out onto the Undying, and that is a lot of damage coming out from Johnny, and down goes the Undying. Hey, Undying just yet, but they pop the Zeus ult to try and finish him. Oh dear god, he's trying to switch to strength, he's trying as hard as he can. He's caught in that Zeus Aghanim Scepter with the refresher, but he manages to slink out, and now...
The banner on bottom can be broken fundamentally sometimes, but the Aghanims is always like, it's a known quantity, right? It's like a 7,000 gold item, just about. Or is it 60, sorry,
42? 42, the double D. Oh, Gachi's hungry, jumping in cover. Johnny's spirit, Johnny, you need to get out of there! And Huncho's brought...
winching, possibly. And he is now called a little rat. This could be good. This could be good. Reverie is also a bit tipsy, potentially. He could be a lightweight.
He donks to that Axis, he just sends Dire straight back to their fountain. They need to be careful now. We got buybacks out on the Morphling. Morphling doing what he can to keep his team in the game. The Crab is alive for now, but the Crab needs to get out of there as fast as he can, but the Bear is just on top of him. Axis! Big. A little bit of extra mana regen for the rest of the game. He'll love that.
Yeah,
okay, Troll.
As these fights keep going, the Dire just seem to be getting so much more out of them than the Radiant. Every fight that Dire wins is like a 3...
The Halberd is how many seconds?
Gets caught out bottom.
He was just lurking around for the ages. But yeah. The Halberd, I'm sure it disarms him if he doesn't have BKB, but how many times is us...
That would have been a 500 gold kill for Harold if he could have got it, but unfortunately they could not slay the Hunch Dog there. He's too strong.
Okay, so we got a 2k lead already. 8 minutes.
Yeah. Tier list time. I think a lot of people have
got their own.
They've
got their own tier list, exactly. But what I want to say is, put me in the boots.
Guaranteed.
Huncho.
Kabala's just farming their jungle.
Top,
he just doesn't care.
Gets the stun off onto Kabala, but then the call comes out in return. Huncho needs to be careful though, because he's being charged, and that... Fat Bear underneath their tier 3, but they sort of have enough to deal with him. He pops his BKB and just wants to pour it out of there, but now Zeus and Winxing need to be careful because the rest of the team is going to be running after them. No vision.
But he's
Axe lurking on the side. Oh, this IO. The IO gank is here, and then we see the tiny toss, and that is an enormous amount of damage. They try for the beach ball play. It doesn't really play off. The troll ult is out. Can he get the root? No, that's what I'd like to admit. So... keen to see if they can pull out some cheeky little ricochets, get some cheeky little kills. Meanwhile, on the other side, Spirit Breaker decides to go for the, of course, the Bull Rush. Absolutely nonsense.
Oh my...
Shattered Demon is dead as well. Toss away, but it doesn't matter. The tiny goes down. Hunter's here. He wants Winching. He wants something in return, and decides to even waste his ult to try and deal with this big punching Undying.
And nothing. So he's not out of it yet, you know. He will still be one to watch once he gets his 6, and once he makes like maybe a power rune rotation if he's lucky.
Try and get some damage onto you as well. Missed the axe call because of the swap. Beautiful play there from Johnny. And down goes the cow. Okay, they're in action. If they eliminate this cow, they might actually be able to play this fight. Vengeful is running, but the Shadow Demon goes down to the Dagon and the dunk.
Seconds of invulnerability basically on the auto attacks. Oh, RFA's hitting low up top.
Yes. And she decides to run forward. All of a sudden the troll comes out and throws Whirling Axes, but... Let's go, Slaughter Gang. That's the kind of plays we need to see to get you back into this game. Let's have a look at how much gold just swung towards Slaughter Gang there. Good God.
1800 gold, at least. insanely hard to play most carry heroes into it. But the Gachi Ursa would be one of the few people who I would put stocks on. And I could really be liking the way this is turning out for Dire. They got the possible tiny
annoying purple ball to release their target. So, yeah, alright. I don't know.
I think that 2.5 seconds will make the difference in this kind of lineup. Giving the Venge time to line up the swap, giving the tiny time to come in with the... Wow. There's so many, like... You can see that, like, both teams are playing well, obviously, but there's so many, like, minute mistakes that are getting punished, right? Like, bottom, those two heroes not dying, you might see that somewhere else, but... Could just go back into his roots of, like, playing LD, playing all these really memey pos ones. Maybe they get Gooby on Razor or something. I think it was completely overlooked. I don't even think it was banned. I don't know how to view
I didn't
that.
see it. Maticus calls got the Whirling Axis. Kabbalah is gone. Doesn't even need to pop
not
the
getting
ult.
to the start he wanted this game. He definitely wanted to be doing a bit better than where he is now. Okay, farming. He will eventually win them this game if he itemizes correctly and just gets his timings. Relocate in.
Relo on mid, and immediately that huge Mars ult comes. Okay.
You never know who's pretending and who's actually good. And Pancho George is the kind of player who will dump an OD on you no matter the matchup.
Ursa is super stacked.
Yeah, so the lanes have gotten much better for AU rejects this game than last match, which means the Dire's not going to have any momentum going into mid game at this rate.
It's a garbage hero in the patch. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not seeing it anywhere on Dota Pro Tracker, and yet it's in all the games that I'm casting. Why? Why does this hero keep getting picked up?
It depends on... First of all, you need a Rubik. That from the Tormentor?
Charge
yes, they
in on the Sand King.
They have another save.
Looks like he just decides to speed away, but the smoke comes out and it's not caught on any vision. So if they find someone here, they...
And the spell lamp. Oh my god. 65% movement speed as damage.
Holy...
What the hell is that?
Isn't Tiny supposed to be one of the thickest heroes this meta? Even as a support king? This might be the first time we actually catch it live leak, live on camera, this Axe bullying. Oh, maybe not bullying the Morphling as the Tiny arrives to try and save him here. It looks like Tiny's decided to throw himself away.
Couldn't even tell you what he's going to play tonight. We could just see stock standard stuff like Hoodwink, like Willow. Just depends on what he's feeling. Tiny even. Reverie,
Did you,
counted in a row, and then you're relying on your mid laner to go penultimate last and win you the game. But the troll pick's really good. Like, even though Necro is considered a counter, you can buy Ags on troll. You have so many tools.
Front of something like a Storm Spirit, right? Oh, EMP goes out, EMP into Whirlwind. The charge is coming though, and Harold needs to back out as fast as he can. I don't think they'll have the damage though. Just a little bit more harassed. Let him
help him. He's just dying to magical damage from the cow. Just another fighter. I feel like this cow could be second highest damage.
The initiation here from AU Rejects is pretty scary. You've got Axe Call out of Dota. Oh god, I'd like to see it gone. But there you go. Hey, just to call it out, you said that there'd be an Axe ban, and what do we have? An Axe ban.
Yeah, we have Axe ban first two for AU Region. Oh, well, we're in.
Look at that, and we have a draft. Straight away, we got a look at that beautiful, stunning. And they're playing with fire here. This is a Morphling.
They're just BMing them at this point, taunting Reverie in the fountain, knowing his team doesn't
have
my
lord, he gets a bash, but now Gachi's pinned in the corner. Be enough to burst through these heroes, and they knew it, right?
He had the net worth doing well, but the problem is the rest of his team got a bit sacked. I think they're not going to go back to the drawing board, but they're definitely going to...
You're going to see some saves coming up from Shadow Demon if he's in the right place. Yep. So Axe Core goes off, Disruption comes out, and all of a sudden AU Rejects just has to stand there and wait for that
not be playing bottom very much. Notice Mars is under his tower, just like...
Cold Snap comes out, Harold's in trouble. No Lucky Bashes from Prey, so he sort of disappears into the tree. Bottle refill from Raccoon. Okay.
Everything you've said is correct, as well as it's giving him the Linken's break, right? Morphling bought the Linken's so that he doesn't get dunked. The Dagon, even if it's a level 1 Dagon, cuts through the Linken's and then opens him up to being cold. And I
camps and build up that triangle. But the thing is, everyone knows he's going to be doing that, and so they're going to block his camps. As a 5, this hero just does Seamorph and Power Rangers. Now, I wasn't watching you guys until they told me I should be, and now I've got my eyes firmly set on you. Somehow you snagged Oct as your 5, and he is performing, man. That guy's got bitch. And I feel like we see more of these. Monkey goes, good to see Monkey. It looks like Slaughter Gang are focusing some real meta heroes rather than target banning, at least from what I can understand.
Because you can cast it while stunned, but not while silenced, and Dire has no silences at all, but they have a lot of stuns.
Okay. Axe here.
The track execution on Slaughter Gang to wait out the Aegis, it just didn't matter. He got like no value out of his Aegis, no reach.